Inside the Box, the channel that takes you out of the real world and puts you into the world of imagination. Every week we deep dive into anything ranging from your favorite shows to discussions covering new anime and comic books, whether you love the new season of The Last of Us or you just started the new anime Lazarus on HBO Max. We got you covered. This is the place to break free from the outside world and look at the world inside the box. Let's get started. I'm your host, Mac.
I'm your host, Cody, and here we have a podcast where we upload every Tuesdays and Fridays. This episode of Inside the Box, we got a new range of order where we got different segments of the same stuff, new names. So our first segment where we take different battles in comparison is now called Box Battles for you. We got Box Battles today, followed by Inside the Box as we always have, leading up to Breaking the Frame, which is our news for you of everything new coming out. Today we got box battles with Fire Force. Fire Force being the anime we discussed last week. It's a nice shonen anime where people have different fire-like powers. So I'm going to pick my top 5. Max will pick his top 5. We're going to send them out in battles. These are all 1v1s. And the rules are no captains, no pillars. So lieutenants or anything like that, free game. Anybody from the White Clad, anybody from the Fire Force, free game. It just cannot be pillars, cannot be captains. And say I send out someone super strong and Max like, I'm going to sacrifice the first guy, sends out someone super weak. That means I win the first one and he could save his strong member. you might have the one for the fifth one. All right. We might also have the same members, and if it's the same member that we send out at the same time, it's a draw. But if we send them out at different times, we could win that round. So, without further ado, Mac.
3, 2, 1.
Sharon.
Is that the big black dude that gets hit and then
Yeah.
he's disconnected?
See, me making that twin telepathy. All right, so fight number 1 is a draw. All right, I'll call the next one. 3, 2, 1. Joker.
Hogan Montgomery. Oh,
who is that? He was on my list. I don't know why he actually ended up not being on my list, but he was like on my preliminary list.
One of like the top reasons why I picked him is I remember when they first introduced him, they're like, he is the one that's closest to the captain from Company 1 for physical like powers and abilities. And I was like, oh! And then he was at the top of the class of like whatever class he was in. I was like, oh! And then he's like third generation. He has like 2 different abilities to where it's like flame ink and then the spears and the swords that he makes for his hoverboards so he can like fly and shit. So I was like,
he is strong, but does he beat Joker strong? Joker's the dark hero that we got, and the only time we've really seen him fight is versus his actually no, he's fought Shinra before, but he also fights a guy that he used to work with, and the main reason I think he won that one was the hallucination smoke he uses. So I guess it would depend on where he's fighting from. If it's close quarters or like closed confined spaces, yeah, I think it's clear because I don't think Ogun has a hallucinogen counter.
yeah,
but
I don't think he does either.
If it's in an open field like it was at the forest, I think Ogun might take it, honestly.
Damn, this is hard.
I'd say I'll give it Ogun. I'll give it Ogun. Honestly, because I just like his flamey ink, and I can't believe I forgot to put him on my list.
Slacking, bruh. Slacking.
He was, but there's another guy I got for him instead. All right, so Mac is 1, and we got to draw.
3, 2, 1. Hugh and Han.
Arthur.
Who
you got?
So Yuan Han Lee, he used to be the captain of Company 1, but he lost his arm. And so now I believe he's just like a lieutenant for Company 1, I believe. Let me see, because I had some shit on him, but that's on another thing. But it's very hard to say he would win because I don't think you see a lot of stuff because
Yeah, we
he's a
haven't seen
third.
any of his
Yeah, you
stuff.
don't really see it, but he's just like the way they talk about him. Then I see him, then I looked him up, and I was like, oh. And he's just really like a good hand-to-hand combatant. He's a third
Mm-hmm.
generation user. He has like an ignition ability. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
but again, he is old. He has lost his arm, and one of the reasons why, because Arthur's strong in a sense of if he can get his mind right. That's
Honestly, fighting somebody that has one arm, he might think of it as like he might be able to pull that off.
I see what you're saying.
So I'm gonna take Arthur. I think Arthur got that
Yeah,
one. 2-1 assault.
Mafiosi. Oh,
Ooh. Maki? Wait,
yeah.
Maki is like the cat girl? Oh no, you're talking
Uh,
about Gorilla Girl.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
She
have to say
she
the only reason I say I take it.
she was my muscle mommy.
She is. She's best girl.
I had to put her in there.
I was scared to go put Cat Girl because the only one that can beat Assault from Company 8 is Cat Girl. I forgot her name. But you know, like the guy that has like the eye piercings, and then he keeps
Yeah.
like getting a nosebleed and like losing to her. It was said that he can take out Company 8 by himself single handedly, but it's only because of Letcher's lure from Tamaki Kotatsu. I'm gonna say that's me.
I could give it to him. I could give it to him. Three, two, one. Arthur.
Yuichiro Kurono.
God damn. I will give it to him, but the only reason why I give it to him is because I feel like Arthur again, like it's just like his mental state, man. I feel like Arthur
Mm,
would see this as such like a good fight, in a sense, like because Arthur's to like fire resistance is really good. So I feel like him being able to reach such high fire like temperatures wouldn't matter. But
mm,
it's the way his he could turn his like his fire into like any weapon he chooses, from like a spear to a knife to a sword to a scythe.
yeah.
And I feel like Arthur would love to fight that, and like he'd be able to like mentally get himself to fight that. But I think that's where like he would also lose in a sense, like I can see him seeing him as such a threat that like he mentally loses as like his knightlyhood.
Mm.
But right now I can give him that dub. I can give him that dub.
And next on the list, we have Inside the Box, the section where we just tell you guys what's kept us inside the box this week, what we got watching, reading, listening to, and what we've really enjoyed this week. Without further ado, Mac, kick it off. What you got?
All right. Well, of course I'm gonna kick it off with Doctor Who episode 2. It was a banger. We got to see them go into a movie theater. Everybody loves movie theaters. And then they get turned into an actual animation, and then they gotta break out of the little film, old school film, and everything, and then they're fighting another Harbinger godlike character. Which again, I hope this stretches over the end of the season, and we meet all not all of them, but other Harbingers, and we understand who the old lady is that keeps showing up and breaking the fourth screen. And I'm just fourth wall. I'm just like, who is this? Who is this lady? We don't know. She's somehow time traveling too. It's crazy, bro. Or not time traveling. She's just really, literally, immortally old. I don't know. Episode 2 was a banger. That's all I gotta say. Doctor Who, let's go. Sherlock and Daughter didn't know this was actually a show until this week, but the first episode just dropped on CW. So you have cable or the CW app, which is free with ads. Go watch it. It was good. It was good. It was good. I don't know, just because I'm watching so much Sherlock stuff, so I'm like,
I will say you're
Sherlock
watching a lot of Sherlock
again.
lately.
I'm like, yeah, again. I'm like, all right, but it's his daughter this time, which I'm like, all right, cool. I can see where this is going. But I mean, it's cool murder mystery type stuff. So I mean, it's fun. It's alluring. I've never seen anything with his daughter. I don't know if this is like the first
I've
adaptation of
seen
him like
stuff with his
having a daughter.
niece.
So oh yeah, I don't know. This will be. I hope this is interesting. I hope we get more seasons, more episodes. We'll see where it goes. Sticking with Sherlock Holmes, Watson episode 9 dropped, and that was very interesting because you get to finally see more into his supporting cast, his mentees, the students that are learning from him. You see more into this girl's past, and she's like been trying to like block away her past and like make sure nobody sees it and everything like that. But her sister essentially is sick, and like she has to finally like break that wall and like let them in. But she lied to everybody, and that's how her sister kind of got on like this program or whatever. So now it's like none of them really trust her. I'm pretty sure at the end they kind of fire her. But what makes that so interesting is that if you've been keeping up with it, Moriarty actually contacted this girl. So if they didn't fire her, or they did, now she's going to be working with Moriarty. At least that's where it seems like it's leading to. It's going to be very interesting. I'm loving it, and I can't wait for it to see what happens. Bringing it back on the page. Spirit World DC comic. It's a 6-issue limited comic. It's actually like an Asian undead alive ish comic. Um, Essentially, you kind of go, I guess not into hell. It's like the spirit realm. But what I kind of like really liked about it was the girl, the main character. She goes by they though. She folds origami and uses it as weapons. That's crazy. Cool. I was like, oh, that's unique. That's awesome. And like in the spirit world, like she can create a teapot, like fold a teapot, and then like make it real, and then like people can use it like clothes and stuff like that. But essentially, what's going on is like all of these deads are like coming over to the real world, and there's like something new in the spirit world that's like attacking the spirit world and stuff like that. And so like to be alive in the spirit world, you kind of have to like be kept either be remembered from somebody in like the living world, or to escape it you can like go to like I think it's the six gods like on the console, and they'll help you get reincarnated. It's like there's people who like be waiting in line and waiting for it. And the way you get reincarnated is I believe they like pretty much eat your whole past life, and then you get reincarnated, and you like don't even like remember what your other life was that you lived. So you're just like being a newborn person. But you see Constantine and Cassandra in here, and they're helping the main character like through this adventure. So I was like, I think that's pretty cool. Cassandra Cain is probably the best fighter on the Bat family. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure she
Uh,
is.
yeah. And then last but not least, what kept me inside the box is Daredevil, but we'll talk about that later.
Mm.
I'll turn it over to you, Cody.
And in the joint inside the box section, me and Mac have both been watching the new Last of Us season. That was honestly my biggest thing for this week because I went back and rewatched the entire series. If you guys don't know, Last of Us is based off of a video game, which is honestly probably my favorite video game because it started on like the PlayStation 3 and had insane different graphics. And then when you get it back for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5, even the graphics on it still amazing. The remastered edition is great. And then they went and made a show off of it with Pedro Pascal and I forget the girl's name from Game of
She's from Game
Thrones.
of Thrones. Yeah, I do not
Yeah,
remember her name.
but the actress for Ellie does really good as Ellie. And when I went back and watched it, I went back and watched the behind the scenes version of it. And did you see
Mm,
the scenes that had the voice actors for Joel and Ellie in it?
I knew like Ashley Johnson, like she played like the mom giving birth to her and
Yeah,
everything like that. I
yeah.
didn't know the voice actor played
So
for Joel.
he
What did
he
he
plays
do?
a smaller role. He plays the right hand man to the crazy preacher guy
Oh,
in that episode for Silver Lake, like the
did not
Silver
know
Lake
that.
Sanctuary. Yeah, so when Ifrit gets like chopped in the neck, that's Troy Baker, who also plays a bunch of different like video game roles. Like he plays Joker in Arkham Origins, and he does like pretty good for like all voice acting roles he does. But yeah, I was like, dang. I was like, that guy did look kind of familiar. It's because I've seen him in like interviews for different game roles. So, what do you
Interesting.
think about season two? Only has one episode as of
Mhm.
this recording. What do you think of the first episode back?
It was good. I like the way season two started. I cannot remember the new. I guess is she the new Ellie? She's like supposed to be the older Ellie. The way it starts off, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the actually okay. I thought like we were gonna like just start off with like all of that And then like they did
Mm.
that, and then went back, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like that was a little weird. I wish they would have just kind of like started off with Homegirl, and then like maybe like episode 2, they did the time. I was just kind of like, I guess to me it was just weird. I was just like, I guess because I thought like them introducing us to her, we were just gonna stick with her for like the whole season because I don't know how many episodes
Yeah.
the season's gonna have. So I was like, I thought we were just gonna stick with her, but it's like, oh no, okay, we're not, which is okay, but again, I don't know. Like, if we only have like 7 more episodes, it's kind of like, oh, are we gonna get everything
Yeah, I
we
wonder.
want to
I
get?
don't know how many episodes the second season is supposed to be.
Yeah,
Do they announce that it's supposed to be?
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Let's see. It
Um,
says, oh damn, it's only supposed to be 7 episodes.
yeah, so yeah, that's even more like. Granted, this episode was like hour and 10 minutes long, so they
Yeah.
could each be that long, or if not longer, and then give us everything. But
Hmm.
I liked it. It was just in the game. I felt she was a threat when she's like, "I'm gonna kill Joel," because those years or whatever, we know she spent training because she's like, boom, she's buffed out, she's
Hmm.
alone, she knows what she's doing, so you know she's been training for this moment when she has to like take out Joel. And it's nothing against the actress because I've seen her in like so many other stuff, and she's a phenomenal actress, but she didn't have like that threatening presence
She
physically,
seemed
at
more like
least.
a mad like girl. Basically, it just felt like
Yeah,
she was like mad that her mom left, kind of
yeah. It
character.
didn't feel like it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go kill Joel. It felt like I'm just angry and I want to kill Joel, not like a physical presence where it's like, oh, she about to go ham on her, like
Hmm.
she about to do this. It didn't feel like that to me. Just in a sense, like the acting was there, but like the physical presence of everything is just like, oh, I guess you can do
Yeah.
it now because he's not gonna attack you and he is older. But it's just like having that physical presence that just kind of made it feel more threatening in a sense of like, oh,
Yeah.
she's been training for this. She knows what
I'm
she
trying
want
to
to do.
see what.
She's trying to get in this thing. And that was just like my not my biggest downside for it, but it was just like, oh, I guess it just kind of took me out of it a little bit. And
Mhm.
then also like just like just Ellie not liking Joel. I'm like, bro, he's been taking care of you. Like when the dude was like, yeah, you
Yeah.
died, and like he pushes her down. I'm like, why are you getting mad at my guy? He's just trying to
Yeah.
protect his daughter. Like, come on,
It's like
girl.
the
How
50
you getting
Cent
mad at
clip. He's like,
him?
what do you mean, fuck me? Say fuck
Yeah.
T.I., not fuck me.
Like I was like, bro, I was like, was that? I was like, I felt that was the right reaction for you to give to Joel. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
come
know
on,
it,
girl.
which is canon to the game where they're just like, all right, Ellie isn't happy with Joel, but for this one in the game, it felt more serious. Like Ellie's not happy with Joel because she knows that he lied to her, and in this one, she's like, Ellie's not happy with Joel because she's grown up and he won't give her like the freedom that she needs, and that she's like she needs to prove herself, and Joel won't let her just run off and kill herself. Which in the proven point, Tommy was like, "Hey, no, Joel wants you on gate guard duty." And she's like, "No, I'm not doing that." And he's like, "All right," and he goes on patrol. She then once again does not listen to her captain, goes into this building, and then she ends up getting bit. So in any other world, she would have died. And I'm like that. I feel like they included that to show that they're like, yeah, she truly isn't ready, and Joel and Tommy know that.
Yeah, like
So
she needs to get punched in the face, and I mean
yeah,
punched in the face. Like,
yeah, they don't pull the punch like she was
yeah.
saying. Yeah.
'Cause, like even in that scene, I was just like, it made me mad in the sense of like I feel her anger of like, no, y'all need to punch her in the face so she knows she's not all that. She knows she's not ready for this. But it's in the sense of like they're holding back and pulling back, and she feels like since she's beating them that she is ready for this, and it's like, no, you're not ready for this. We're taking care of you in a sense to make sure Joe's happy, and that's why I'm like I can see her anger for it, but I'm also like if they were to like treat you like anybody else, you would be in the ground. And this is where the dude was like, you'd be knocked out with my first punch. Like, you would not be ready for it. And again, like the end of the episode, it shows that she was not ready for it. And it says that she doesn't want to listen and learn from the people who have been doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that like I feel like you said, they I get the sentiment of Ellie. She's upset because they're treating her like the princess that she doesn't want to be treated like. She wants to be
Right.
treated as a grown up, as a contributing member of the society, and because Joel's around, they're not willing to do that.
Yeah.
On contrary to that, she doesn't do well with like when she's just like, I need to prove myself. But when she goes to prove herself, she makes up mistakes. But then she goes and hides those mistakes because everyone else doesn't know that she's immune. Only Tommy and Joel, I'm pretty sure, and I'm not. That's the only ones we know for sure know that she's immune. And so everyone else is like, hey, you need to be careful. You're going to end up getting bit. And she does. And it's just like, she's not at the point where she's willing to listen. It did end with the episode of the survivors finding the city and with the cordyceps growing through that pipe that they were cutting at the beginning of the episode.
Mm,
So I am curious what hell is going to break loose. I think the next episode comes out April 20th. So at the time of filming this, tomorrow. So that'll definitely be on the next episode of Inside the Box for you guys, where we discuss why Ellie needs to grow the fuck up. Even though she's 19 and she wants to be a grown up, she needs to grow up. After Last of Us, we got Lazarus. Lazarus is the HBO Max anime that they have from Adult Swim, and it has the choreographer from John Wick series. It also is made by the same guy that made Samurai Champloo and Cowboy Bebop. What do you think about the second episode? I feel like it was a pretty good goose chase. So I was like, they're trying to find this guy.
yeah. Yeah.
And
That's the part I did like. And then, like, when they're at the offices and like the dude has like the gun to him and the other dude comes in, he's like, "Where is he?" And I'm just like, "Oh, this is just all misunderstandings here." They're
yeah,
just chilling with the kid, and talking to him and everything. Like, you didn't just have a gun to my head or anything. Like,
yeah. It's
oh,
like,
I'm sorry,
sorry we did
we're all
that. My
good.
bad.
Yeah, but no, I
Yeah,
loved
no,
it, man. The animation was there, the storyline was there. I mean, they keep moving forward with it. We know they only have 28 days left, so
hmm
like they gotta keep moving. They gotta keep moving.
yeah. In this episode, you kind of like you go on and you see more like you talk about the doctor and everything and why he did it. Do you think one, do you think that it's all fake and that he actually isn't trying to kill humanity, or do you think he's actually about that life and he's like, humanity has done too much damage to the earth and we just need to just go?
That was definitely something I was thinking about while watching it. I feel like it's fake. I feel
Yeah,
like with
he's
everything
trying
we
to
know
force
of the
their
doctor,
hand, but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
or like fixing the world. I can
And
see
then
that.
on the other hand, I can't see him being like, I want to see what the world's gonna do when they know like they're gonna die. Like, are they gonna turn on each other? Is it gonna be hectic? To where you can have like a remote where it's like, all right, mutate to like all mutates in their body. I mean, that
Yeah.
can't happen. But knowing everything we do know about him, I feel like this is just a test, just to see how humanity will respond and act
Mhm.
towards one another with 30 days left.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be a remote kind of situation because also if the entire population takes this drug, administering the cure is going to be even harder. And I think even if they found it, say like they find the cure on day 28, they're like, all right, we have 28 days to administer the cure. I don't think they would get through all 8 billion people on the
Yeah.
planet in time. I feel like there would still be casualties.
And then it's
Um,
like, how do we know that the people who do get the cure aren't just going to pick people they want to cure?
yeah,
Are
exactly.
they
Like
really
they
going to
could,
give it to everybody?
yeah, exactly.
Mm,
And then the episode ended with the doctor's face showing up everywhere around the world.
yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder if these are not like clones, but like I wonder if these are if he's just hacking like the mainframe and like they
Nah, I think
go,
that little girl was working with him.
oh,
Because
I
her
can see
homeboy
that.
was like, she's what do you call her? Like, she's like the most like the dark horse of us all or something like that. I was like,
Yeah, he's
oh,
like
so
going to
she,
underestimate her.
yeah. I was like, oh, so she got a pass that we don't know about. I was like, she's
Yeah,
working with the old guy. She's working with the
I
old man.
I did like how like Axel, the main character, where they're driving down the road, and she's like, "So, how long do you have in jail?" He's like, 888 years, and she's like, "Get the fuck out of my
Yeah,
car right now!" But then he like explains it to her, like it doubles. I was like, "All right," because I was thinking, I was like, "Man, this guy
yeah.
must be a
I was like, get out! I was
sociopath."
like, you need to shoot him right now. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
I was like, you just need to take him out.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a
So, but
criminal, but I am not that bad. Like hell no.
yeah, I like that it ended up him not being like an actual psychopath. 'Cause I was trying to figure out like, am I supposed to like this guy or is he just
Yeah,
like a cold blooded killer? And he's like, no, I just like breaking out, and yeah, I didn't
but then
stop at 444 years or
right,
222 years.
but
I
it's
just kept
like
going.
I feel like he's so good at breaking out. I'm like, how do you not stay away from the cops? Like, how do they keep catching you? Or is it just like, break out? Okay, here I am, guys. Bring me back to
Yeah, he
prison
like
so I can break
enjoys
out
it.
again. Yeah.
It's the fun of it. He's like Sylvester Stallone in the movie Breakout.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, but overall, I think I'm enjoying it as is so far. I'm still skeptical because the last one, Ninja Kamui, dropped off after episode 3, and it was also produced by Adult Swim. So I'm hoping that it's not going to drop off after this next episode coming out this week. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right, and with my segment for Inside the Box, after we talked about Last of Us and the Lazarus
Lazarus.
series, I got for us Windbreaker. Windbreaker for me has still been fire. If you guys don't know, Windbreaker is an anime that is about this kid who's a delinquent, who's an outcast. He moves to this delinquent school so he can just basically be top dog and beat everybody up. Well, he doesn't realize the school he moved to is actually a very nice school that defends the area of which they live, called I think it's Boferine, which they call them. And they help all the old people, they help all the shops, they just basically kind of like the neighborhood watch of this community. And in the city, it's squared off, so there's different schools have different territories, and Boferine is basically a safe zone for everybody. And in this one, I think in the first 2 episodes, they're fighting a group named Keel in season 2, and Keel is kind of just like they're kind of crazy, honestly. I don't know where they popped up from, but they invite really like they go in, they white knight people. They're like, "Oh, I saved you. Do you want to join my group?" And then as soon as they get in, they're like, "All right, give me $10,000." And they're like, "I can't," or 10,000 yen. Like, I can't do that. And then they're like, "All right, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you." And they're like, "All right, give me $10,000." And so it basically makes all the people steal for them. It's a one based off of fear. So the season starts off with them saving a guy that got indoctrinated into Keel and basically showing them like, hey, it's okay. And so far, the fight scenes, if you guys don't like the drama, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Tokyo Revengers, but also not. Like, it's not so much like Tokyo Revengers with the time traveling, but more of a high school coming of age story of them just like, oh, we're friends, we're have a sense of belonging, and also we throw fucking hands. Like the entire show is just about them throwing hands, which is my favorite part. Animations on is crazy. One honestly, it's probably will be end up being my top. I say top 10 of this season of anime. Honestly, they've been having some bangers come out this season, to
Damn.
include one that my brother, shout out to Jake, recommended to me called Ishura. Ishura is on Hulu, which honestly, if it comes on Hulu, sometimes it falls through my cracks and I don't end up watching it because I'm just constantly on Crunchyroll. But Ishura is a very in-depth anime that is about a lot of different stuff. Let me see if I can pull up the synopsis for it again. Basically, the Demon King dies in this anime, and left in its place are a bunch of different shuras, which is what they call like their like heroes or the demigods, and each of them has some crazy different powers. And the anime takes place the first half of the anime because I'm also on season 1 right now is an introduction of each character. So they have different characters, such as in the craziest names of Sojiro the Willow Sword, who is a guy that comes from a different world. And then they have Alice the Star Runner, which is a wyvern that has 3 arms and he's super smart. Dakai the Magpie, who's a bandit. Regnaji the Sunset Wings, another wyvern. Kia the World Ward, an elf. And they just have a bunch of different species and different each species or each like person in this that has a title, different powers. It honestly, I haven't seen anything like it in the sense of like build up. Some people don't like the build up. It takes a couple episodes to get fully into it because it has so many different perspectives. Each episode is from a different perspective. But as of right now, it's they're going to have a contest of champions that decides who's the hero of the world, as well as they have a two countries called Aricia and the new Principality of Lithia, who are planning a war against each other. It's 2 seasons long. Apparently, it has some crazy twists and turns. I'm enjoying it so far. So 24 episodes total. But yeah, it comes out on Hulu. I say give it a watch. It's very in depth, very thought out in the sense of like powers and there's not everyone's like we're wizards. It's like no, this guy is a I think he's like a, a wood something. Let me see. He's
What
a
elf?
no, he's not an elf. That's the craziest thing. He's
Wood dragon? Wood
no,
dwarf? Wood fairy?
no,
Wood
no,
human?
no,
Wood wolf?
no. He's literally he's like a thing made of wood.
Wood puppet? Wood boy?
Uh,
Pinocchio? A gnome?
Mandrake. He's a mandrake.
Oh,
Yeah. So he's a mandrake. He's just a plant, and then he uses. He's like kind of like he reminds me of Vision from Marvel, where he's like, why am I here? Oh, I need to kill. Okay, but he's able like to pull out like 47 different arms, and just like each of them are holding a sword. He's like,
oh hell nah.
yeah. And then the word elf is literally just able to speak magic and like everything does. She can just look at you and say, "Die, you die." That's it. That's hacks. There's also another guy that walks around and he's a priest, and he's not actually a Shura, but he what is his name? He is Kuze the Passing Disaster. He's a paladin seeking to revive his dying order. But the Shura that actually follows him is called Mystique the Quiet Singer, who's an angel that is invisible to anybody but him, and if she touches you, you die. It's like these powers are so broken. Everybody has different powers. You're just like, how are you supposed to fight that? How are you supposed to defeat this guy? It kind of honestly, in level of like mythos and detail, reminds me of Record of Ragnarok. So honestly, I think you'd like it, Mac. It's pretty good so far. A lot of detail though. You have to watch it. It's not one of those you can like skip through. After that, I have been reading a lot of the Absolute Verse from DC, so I'm caught up on everything except Martian Manhunter. I haven't given a chance yet because the art style is a little wild
Yeah.
out of the world. Um, Batman's still probably my favorite. I'd say honestly, second place Wonder Woman,
Yep.
and then Superman, and then Green Lantern, and then the Flash,
I still gotta
and
read
now
Green Lantern.
Martian Manhunter because I just haven't read it, so it's automatically last place. Absolute Universe is a spin-off world from DC's normal continuity where Darkseid makes his own world. Kind of reminds me of Marvel's Ultimate Verse going on right now. And basically, Darkseid sets it up so the heroes can't they don't have the backstories that they have. Like, they're not able to just be heroes because they're heroes. Uh, Superman probably has the most tragic backstory, mainly because he had a childhood first and watched all of his planet die and him being the sole survivor. So it's the same kind of like background. He also goes to Kansas, but it's just constant like tragedy after tragedy. They have the peacekeepers all over the world, which I'm curious. I'm curious so far, like if all this is connected in a way, or how they're going to connect it. Because you see Gotham, and they don't have the peacekeepers in Gotham. So I'm curious about that. They don't have the Lazarus Company in Gotham.
Right. I feel like it's probably because the Lazarus Company works with the Joker, in a sense where the Joker's like,
Mm.
"Don't touch Gotham, like it's mine," type sense thing.
Okay, I could see that because we also had Lazarus in the last Superman issue introduced Ra's al Ghul
Yeah.
as like, of course he's the head of Lazarus because Lazarus Pit, and then Wonder Woman. I'm still also a little bit behind, but honestly, she might be my favorite headcanon of like her change of origin because
Mm.
I'm like she's a now magic Amazonian. I'm like that's next thinking. How she's basically Zatanna and Wonder Woman put together, and the Flash is like, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
He's the man of two worlds apparently. Like he's seen his future as a hero, and he sees himself as a villain as well. So it can go either way. Green Lantern is interesting because it has honestly it starts off with all of the Earth's lanterns
Mm.
and or actually it does I don't think it starts off with Simon Baz or the other female lantern. It starts off with your major three and then the girl from the far sector, um Jorner, I think her name is.
I know. I see her face. I know who you're talking
Sojourner.
about.
Yeah. But it starts off with them four, but they're not all lanterns. They have different kind of like jobs.
Oh.
And then Avensur comes to Earth, but not in the way that you would hope Avensur comes to Earth. But it's not like he's not like evil or anything. It's just you'll see when you read him out, you'll see. Um,
Interesting.
Honestly, I've been enjoying it. It's a good jump in if you are tired of all the constant reboots from DC, or if you just want a new interesting story about your favorite DC characters. Absolute First has it right now. I think there's only 7 issues out for Batman, 6 issues out for Superman, 6 for Wonder Woman, 2 for Flash, 1 for Green Lantern, 1 for Martian Manhunter. So honestly, it's been good. I've been enjoying it. But the last thing I have on my list before we get into our news portion is The Amateur with Rami Malek.
Mm.
It I watched it yesterday. It's honestly he's a CIA agent who is like super duper nerdy. He's not like he's your analyst kind of guy. He's not like your super spy. And then his wife dies, and because his wife dies, he uses his CIA knowledge to track down the people to kill them, and
All right,
then
Jason Bourne, calm down now.
he wants to do like a Jason Bourne thing, but he's also a nerd that doesn't know how to like kill people.
That's just his
Also,
cover. That's just his
yeah,
cover. Oh.
but it's good. It also has Melbourne Fish. What's the name? He's in Matrix.
Matrix.
Uh, uh Fishburne something.
Yeah, I cannot think of the name. I know we all
Damn.
know who you're talking about. Morpheus. We all
Yeah,
know who you're talking
he's got
about.
Morpheus in it. Um,
It's not
both of
Morpheus.
them. No, he is Morpheus.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'll just
But
say
I
Morpheus.
think he
People will know who you're
honestly,
talking about.
yeah, his name might be Mel Fishburne. I think it's just Mel.
Hmm.
Um, anyways, he's in there. Rami Malek honestly kills it as this actor. You know, he always plays like the awkward kind of like he has those very good idiosyncrasies of like
Hmm.
awkwardness, but he also displays a very high level emotional acting of grief of losing somebody where he goes through all of that. He has like the anxiety that comes with it, and I'm like from the beginning I was hooked just off of his acting ability of him showing how he would deal with if he like as an actor would deal with like losing his wife. I'm like, damn, he had me convinced. He had me like, damn, I gotta call my wife when I get out of here. I gotta tell her that I love her. But I'm sure it's in the movies right now. It's been pretty good so far. I hope it does well because that's kind of movie that should. It's the original story. It's not like a Jason Bourne kind of story where it's just like, all right, based off of this and this. He goes, I'm a badass, but it's just good because he just acts his ass off in this one. Good
Nice,
movie.
nice, nice. And we're back to breaking the panel. I'll start us off. Or Cody, do you want to start us off? Or do you want me to go
No, you're
first?
good.
All
You're
right,
good.
I'll go first. What we got first is, I guess, I'm just gonna start off with the one thing we all kind of know. Black Mirror season 7, I believe, dropped like this week. I want to say it was probably like last Friday, but it dropped. It's new on Netflix. I was a little slow on that. I'm sorry. As I said earlier, Sherlock and the Daughter premiere episode dropped. You know what I'm saying? But now we're getting into the good stuff.
Mm.
Prime Original called Ballard. Trailer dropped. I forgot when it's supposed to be coming out. But the thing that got me hooked on it, I was watching, I was like, oh, okay, look good, little cop show. Nice little, maybe like Blue Bloods thing. But what got me was the ending. It's Harry Botch. So I'm like, wait, is this a connected universe type thing? Are we extending this guy's show, his world? We don't know. It seems like it. We're just
I'm
gonna
pretty
have to
sure
wait.
it's like a most definitely because there,
we don't know yet. We don't know. We don't know.
but
No,
in
but
the
it's
Bosch,
it's 100% an
yeah,
extension from his universe. It's a spin-off show from his universe. But because we're inside the box, going off to actually another Prime original that dropped this week. First 3 episodes. One of my top 5 shows ever. It's a little extendo show. Leverage Redemption season 3, baby. Got the first 3 episodes this week. I did watch them. Well, episode 1. I still gotta watch episode 2 and 3. It's amazing. It's so awesome. It's so
did
awesome.
Alex Cross come back for it?
Yeah, he's in it, but in episode 1, it's definitely a like he wants to go do more stuff instead of like just keep doing cons. He wants to actually like fix the world. So like he's taking
Mm.
like a 6 month break, and I'm like, oh, he's going to go film Cross. They had to
Yeah,
give him a reason to kind of give him a break a little bit. I was like, he's going to go
yeah,
film Cross, guys, which is crazy because the actor that plays Elliot, I'm pretty sure is going to do like a special guest, surprise guest, in and out for the librarians. But not only that, he also had an original show called Almost Paradise on Amazon Prime for 2 seasons. Wish it came back, but no, it did it. It did not get renewed for season 3. Amazing. It was an amazing show. It was an awesome show. It was a very like I can chill out, watch it, work on some homework and stuff like that type show. But moving on to my most exciting bit of news is Sandman season 2 trailer drop. Part 1 is supposed to be on July 3rd, and part 2 is supposed to be on July 24th. I hate that Netflix is doing that, but I'm still gonna watch Sandman season 2 because Sandman season 1 was surprisingly phenomenal. I was kind of like, I don't know how great this is gonna be. I went in there, I said, oh, this shit is fantastic. And then we had like a little nice special episode. I think it was like episode 9 that they dropped for us. I was like, even this episode is fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, Sandman was good. So, of course, I'm going to definitely watch season 2. But yeah,
Did you
that.
ever
Go ahead.
did you listen to the audiobook when they came out with it?
I did not.
Oh, dude, the audiobook is phenomenal. I think because of the audiobook, they got the Netflix show. But just know the audiobook's narrator does such a good job that I would often listen to it when I was driving up to see you guys from Georgia, and I would almost fall asleep every time because it's like into the Sandman universe, and I'm just like, nope, no. It's like, man, this book is
He's getting you.
magical.
He's getting you.
This book is, but he is the Sandman. But
Yeah.
it's phenomenal book, phenomenal show. That stuff's good. I'm glad to see he's getting his second part coming out soon.
I mean, it took forever, but I'll take it. I will take it. Now I just need,
Yeah.
Gentleman season 2. Hurry up, Netflix. I would love to see that. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's all I got for my news bit, or what I will breaking the frame, or is it breaking the
Breaking
panel?
the panel.
Breaking the panel. Yeah.
Breaking the
What you
panel.
got for us, Cody? I'm breaking the panel.
All right. A lot of my stuff is honestly just previews I saw when I went and saw The Amateur and Sinners. Did you see the trailer come out for him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So him
Yeah.
is made by Monkey Paw Productions, which is Jordan Peele's production company. And it was surprising for me mainly because Marlon Wayne stars in it,
Bruh.
and I was
I feel
like,
he's about to give an acting performance of a
"Oh yeah!"
lifetime. I was like,
I have been wanting him to do some more serious roles for forever because I feel like he has it in him.
Yeah, like when it was first showing, right? I was like, "Oh, another sports type S trailer," and then they
Mm.
do the hit or whatever, and I was like, "Oh no, this is something completely
Yeah.
different." I was like, "Body horror sports." I was like, "Oh
Mm.
my gosh, this is supposed to be phenomenal."
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
especially like
it
with
comes out
modern
September
rain. I
9th.
was like, September 9th, damn,
Yeah,
that just feels
yeah.
so
So
far
September
away.
9th it comes out, and then after that, this one comes out a little sooner. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. Is F1, the Formula Racing movie with Brad Pitt and
Mm,
Damson Idris. Basically, Brad Pitt is a older racer. He's getting older in real life, anyways. And he plays. He was a NASCAR racer, and now he's going to drive Formula One cars. And they have a young guy coming up in the industry, played by Damson Idris, and they're on, I think, the same team. And it kind of like goes through the crazy world of Formula One racing and the drama that comes with it. It comes out June 27th, so I'm looking forward to it. It honestly, Damson Idris is one of those stars. I feel like he's definitely going to be a torchbearer for this generation of actors coming up. So,
did you ever watch Gran Turismo? I think I said the name right.
oh yeah, with the
Yeah,
one with what's the guy's name from
this plays Red Guardian.
yeah, Red Guardian. I was going to
Yeah.
say Stranger Things
Oh yeah,
or
yeah,
Hellboy.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah. That guy. Yeah,
yeah.
that show was honestly really good because also it's based off of a true story, you know?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Way
Yeah,
cooler than what I anticipated going in. I mean, I watched the trailer and I was like, oh, this is gonna be good. Watched the movie. I said, this is great. I said, I want to go play the video game now. Like, let me go do that real quick. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was
yeah,
just wondering if you seen it or not. But sorry, go
yeah.
on.
No,
Didn't
both
mean
of
to
them are good.
interrupt you.
Nah, nah. And then second or thirdly, we got a new Leonardo DiCaprio movie also coming out in September called One Battle After Another. Did you see the
Oh
trailer for that one?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this one is for me. It feels like such an odd DiCaprio movie, but basically it takes place of like this old secret rebellious organization. Um, Basically, after like years of them being like disbanded, they're one of the daughters of Leonardo DiCaprio. His daughter gets kidnapped, and he's trying to get help from the old organization. And it starts off with him like calling like a phone line, and they're like all these secret passwords, and he can't remember it because it's been over a decade. And they're like, well, call back when you find the password. I was like, damn, he got that far. Like, I feel like you get 5 out of 6 passwords right, you should just give him
Right.
it.
Help my man out.
Help him out. But it has some really good actors in it. Honestly, it looks really good. The scene where the mom is pregnant with their daughter, and she's like "Boo, boo, 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 boo," with a gun. I was like, oh my god. I was like, hey, she's like,
Do what you
that's
gotta
some
do
real
sometimes.
shit right there. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one. It looks funny, honestly. It kind of reminds me of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a little bit, and
Mm.
also the Good Guys with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. Kind of reminds me of like that kind of like movie where it's like it's supposed to be serious, but it's like comedic at the same time. And in our next episode for Box Battles, we're going to be doing a production that got either canceled or that deserves a sequel. So if you think it ended really well, but you still wish you just had a little bit more of it, you can ask for a sequel of it. Or if it's a movie that you saw, they're like, man, they do need to make a Godfather Part 5.
Yeah,
Uh,
there's a lot of those already.
yeah, or a
We get a
Scarface Part 2
Matrix
or something.
5 over here.
Yeah, Matrix 7 or whatever they have. But you can ask for that. So we're going to do a movie, a TV show, and an anime of what we think deserves a continuation or a sequel. And without further ado, for that concludes this episode of Inside the Box. Once again, we got to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys watching, listening, however you support it. We appreciate you guys checking us out. Until next time. Peace.
Deuces.